In a village where sharing meant poverty, one man's generosity changed everything forever. This is the story of how a community learned the most valuable lesson of all. Stay with us to discover this powerful truth. Long ago, in a village called Quamespride, the people had forgotten how to share. It was a place where every family fiercely guarded their food, their money, and their resources like they were precious jewels. They had a saying, "If we share, we will all become poor." They lived in fear of scarcity, and this fear built walls between neighbors who were once friends. But there was one man, Kofi the farmer, who still believed in the old ways, the ways of his ancestors who taught that a community is like a single body. He knew a different kind of truth. One year, a harsh rainy season swept through the land. The skies wept for weeks, and the fields flooded. The crops failed everywhere, casting a shadow of hunger over Quamespride. Everywhere, that is, except for Kofi's farm. Through clever planning and hard work, his land had yielded a bountiful harvest. As others despaired, Kofi did something that stunned everyone. Instead of hiding his abundance, he threw open the doors to his granaries. He called out to the entire village, "Take what you need, for we are stronger together than apart." At first, the villagers were suspicious. They whispered amongst themselves, "He's a fool. He will be as poor as the rest of us by winter." But as their hunger grew, they hesitantly accepted his offer. And then, something magical began to happen. As the villagers ate from Kofi's stores, a long-forgotten spirit of togetherness started to stir. The weaver, seeing his neighbors in tattered clothes, began mending garments for everyone. The blacksmith, whose tools were once for his use alone, started repairing plows and hoes for all the farms. The women gathered, sharing not just food, but long-held recipes and wisdom on raising healthy children. A new energy flowed through Quamespride. When spring arrived, the entire village descended on Kofi's fields, not as laborers, but as family. They planted, they tilled, and they sang together. Because of their combined effort, the fields thrived like never before, promising a harvest even greater than the last. Seeing this transformation, the village elder, Nana Asani, gathered everyone under the ancient baobab tree. With a knowing smile, she looked at their hopeful faces. "You see," she said, her voice filled with warmth, "what we give freely multiplies, what we hoard alone, dies alone." Kofi did not lose his wealth by sharing. He created a wealth far greater. The village that shares creates abundance for all, in a world that often teaches us to hoard what we have. Remember Kofi's wisdom. Generosity creates community, and community creates true prosperity. The greatest riches aren't locked away. They're found in the connections we build and the help we offer. Share today, and watch how abundance flows back to you in ways you never expected. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more African tales and wisdom by a Lemperor, filled with life lessons and moral stories that can change your world.